Before we talk about the construction of a binary search tree, we need to be familiar with graph terminology. A binary tree is composed of nodes and edges. The relationship among the nodes is inspired by a family tree. Each node acts like the parent. In addition to a value, it stores references to a left and right child, which are potentially null. We can take any node as the root, and all of the descendants, either directly or indirectly, form a tree. This could be the entire tree, as with its true root, or a subtree if it's any other node. One important characteristic in measuring the efficiency of a tree is the height, which is the length and number of edges of the deepest branch. It's one less than the number of nodes along this branch, if you would like to think of it in terms of nodes. We'll create a binary search tree in such a way that each node partitions its descendants into a left subtree, whose values are less than or equal to the node, and a right subtree, whose values are greater. It's important to note that a valid subtree does not imply a valid tree. If the current node has a parent whose value is 5, it must have a value less than or equal to 5, and all the elements in its right subtree, even though they must be greater, cannot exceed 5. In other words, a node, although locally correct within a subtree, may break the global ordering imposed by some distant ancestor. When we have a binary search tree, each node becomes a reliable guidepost that tells us the branch along which the target can be found. Notice that each decision moves us down a level, so the number of operations depends on the tree's height, not the total number of nodes. And remember that every node that we don't check is an operation saved. In fact, the worst case scenario for height-based searching is a tie in the unlikely case that the tree has one branch. In such a case, traversing along the deepest branch is basically visiting every node.